Hello students, in the previous class we discussed the concepts related to normals to the parabola and some of the problems related to them. Last class we discussed the concept related to the number of normals drawn from given point in the plane of parabola y square is equal to 4ax. Your point on the axis of the parabola, that is x1 comma 0, three real and distinct normals drawn from that point to the parabola. The one and only condition is what? x1 greater than 2a. If it is the point does not lies on the axis of the parabola, we have compared with the 4 into x minus 2a whole cube with 27ay square. So sometimes if it is greater than, we have three real and distinct normals. For equal to, two real and distinct normals. For less than, we have only one normal. So the maximum number of normals drawn from that point to the parabola is 3, because we have obtained third degree equation in t, because normal at t is what? Tx plus y is equals to at cube plus 2at. If you substitute our point x1 comma y1 in that equation, we obtain third degree equation in t. It has three roots, say t1, t2, t3. These are the corresponding slopes, like minus t1, minus t2, minus t3 produce the normal slopes to the parabola through the point p x1 comma y1. In generally, suppose some parabola and some point is given to you, how to find the number of normals through that point to the parabola. Suppose your parabola is not in the form of exact form of y square equal to 4ax, even though it is of the form x minus h whole square is equal to 4a into y minus k something, whatever it may be, you are in a position to write its general equation of normal to the parabola. Your first job is you have to write the general equation of normal to that parabola, substitute the given point, we obtain cubic equation in one parameter. So find the number of real roots to that equation. The number of real roots equal to the number of real normals drawn from that point to the parabola. This is one and only concept behind that entire story. Understand? Today we discuss some of the problems related to the same normals. So let us see the problems related to the normals of the parabola. Okay. Let us continue the class. Dear students, listen carefully. This is the problem. PQ is the normal chord of parabola y square is equal to 4ax at p 80 square comma 280. Then the axis of parabola divides that line segment PQ in the ratio is what? That is the question. Okay. So PQ is a normal chord of the parabola. What they are given? PQ is normal chord of parabola y square equal to 4ax at this point p 80 square comma 280. Then axis of parabola divides PQ in the ratio is what they are asking. So this is the parabola y square is equal to 4ax. This is the axis of parabola. P is any point in the plane of parabola, that is on parabola. This is the tangent at P. Now we have to write the normal at P to the parabola. This is normal at P to the parabola. This normal chord, that is PQ, divided by this x-axis is what? That is the question. So we have to find out the ratio of PM is to MQ, where M is the point of intersection of the normal to the axis of the parabola. For that, first of all, we write the normal at P of t to the parabola. The point is 80 square comma 280. What is the equation of normal at t to the parabola? Normal at t to the parabola is tx plus y is equals to 80 cube plus 280. This is the equation of normal at P of t to the parabola. Now, P is what? 80 square comma 280. Suppose the normal at P to the parabola intersect again at Q of T dash say, then what is the what is T dash here? This is the corresponding point to Q. So therefore the coordinates of Q are at dash square comma 2at dash, at dash square comma 2at dash. Therefore T dash is equals to what? Minus 2 by T. Sorry, this is minus T minus 2 by T. T dash is equals to minus T minus 2 by T. That means you have to write instead of T dash by minus T minus 2 by T. A into minus T minus 2 by T whole square comma 2A into minus T minus 2 by T. These are the coordinates of Q. So normal at P intersects the parabola again at Q, that is A into minus T minus 2 by T whole square comma 2A into minus T minus 2 by T. You have the two coordinates. This is x-axis. X-axis divides the line segment joining of x1, y1, x2, y2 in the ratio minus y1 is to y2. All of you know that. The ratio is what? Minus y1 is to y2. We mean minus y1 means what? 2at is to minus 2a into t plus 2 by t. So 2a minus minus gets cancelled. Therefore the ratio is nothing but t is to t square plus 2 by t, or it is equivalent to t square is to t square plus 2. Therefore your x-axis divides PQ in the ratio t square is to t square plus 2, or you may write t square by t square plus 2 is to 1. This is the final answer. Therefore, the normal at P to the parabola intersect again on the parabola at Q of T dash. You can write the value of T dash in terms of T by this relation. T dash is equals to minus T minus 2 by T. Moreover, x-axis divides PQ in the ratio minus y1 is to y2. How to obtain that one? Let it be say lambda is to 1. Find the original ratio and it lies on x-axis, so make y coordinate as 0. At that time we obtain that lambda as minus y1 by y2. Therefore the ratio becomes what? Minus y1 is to y2, my dears. Okay. So finally the ratio is what? T square by t square plus 2 is to 1. Okay. See here, this is the question. The locus of the center of a circle which cuts orthogonally the parabola y square is equal to 4x at the point 1 comma 2 will passing through what? Will passing through means you have to give the options. So we convert this problem as the locus of the center of circle which cuts orthogonally the parabola y square equal to 4ax at 1 comma 2 is what? If you get the locus, you can verify it is passing through what? Understand? So this is the parabola y square is equal to 4x. This is my parabola. What is 1 comma 2? 1 comma 2 is the point on the parabola. I think this is one end of the lattice rectum, a comma 2a. So this is my point P. Say locus of center of circle which cuts orthogonally this parabola at that point 1 comma 2. Cuts orthogonal means what? At this point both the curves intersect angle 90 degrees. That means if you draw tangents at those points of intersection of the curves, the angle between the tangents is 90 degrees. Am I correct or not? So we have to find out the locus of center of circle. This is the circle. Rough diagram. This is the circle, cuts the parabola at P, makes angle 90 degrees. That means if you draw tangents at this point of intersections, if it is one point of intersection, this is also the another point of intersection. If you draw the tangents at these points, angle between them is 90 degrees. So this is tangent to the parabola then automatically if you draw the tangent to this one, angle between them is 90 degrees. Angle between the tangents is 90 degrees. So the normal to the circle is tangent to the parabola. Am I correct or not? In this case, the tangent of the parabola is normal to the circle. At that time, the angle is 90 degrees. That means the tangent is normal to that circle. That means that is passing through the center of the circle. So this is x1 comma y1 be the center of the circle, say. What is the tangent at P to the parabola? Equation of tangent at P1 comma 2 to the parabola is what? S1 is equals to 0. Right, S1 is equal to 0. Y1, y into 2 is equals to 2 times of x plus 1. 2 gets cancelled. Therefore, y is equal to x plus 1. I think this itself the locus of center of circle, because this is the tangent to the parabola. At the same time, that is our normal to the circle. Every normal to the circle must and should be passing through center of the circle, because the angle between these two is 90 degrees. Am I correct or not? So draw the tangent to the parabola, draw the tangent to the circle at the point, and angle between these two is 90 degrees. That means this is the line perpendicular to this tangent, to the parabola. That means the second line must and should be passing through the center of the circle, because the corresponding radius and tangent makes angle 90 degrees. All of you know this condition. Therefore, this is the line which is tangent to the parabola. At the same time, this is normal to the circle. Every normal must and should be passing through the center of the circle. Therefore, we substitute the center of the circle here itself. Y1 is equals to x1 plus 1. Therefore, again locus of x1 y1 is y is equal to x plus 1. This is my locus. Once if you get the locus, it is passing through what? From the options itself you can check which point lies on this curve. Understand? So the one and only thing you have to identify from the figure itself is the tangent to the parabola is normal to the circle. Two curves makes angle 90 degrees. We mean the angle between the tangents at their point of intersection is 90 degrees. Okay. See this question. It is very easy for you, but the question is lengthy. From a point a of t on the parabola y square equal to 4ax, a focal chord and a tangent are drawn. So P is the point on the parabola. Its coordinates are 80 square comma 280. A focal chord and a tangent are drawn through that point P. Two circles are drawn in which one circle is drawn taking focal chord as diameter, and other is drawn by taking the intercept of the tangent between the point A and point P on the directrix as diameter. Point P on the directrix as diameter. Then the common chord of the circle is what? This is the question. Very simple question. By drawing the diagram itself, we can conclude. See here, what you have to take? First of all, you take some a of t is any point on the parabola y square is equal to 4ax. Let us try to draw the rough diagram to this one. These are the coordinate axis. This is my parabola y square is equal to 4ax. Now you take some point a of t on the parabola. This is a of t on the parabola, that is a 80 square comma 280. Now AB is a focal chord of the parabola. This is my focal chord AB. Now we have to draw the circle on AB as diameter. Now if you draw the tangents at A and B to this parabola, immediately they intersect on the directrix. We have the property. The locus of point of intersection of tangents drawn at the extremities of the focal chord is directrix. We mean draw the tangents at any extremities of the focal chord of parabola, intersect on directrix with angle 90 degrees. So the angle is 90 degrees here. If you construct a circle on AB as diameter, that must and should be passing through this point also. This is the point P. Okay. So your circle may be like this. So actually this is rough diagram. For this circle, this AB is diameter. For that circle, your AB is diameter of that circle. Next circle is what? Is one circle is drawn taking focal chord AB as diameter, and other is drawn by taking the intercept of the tangent between the point A and point P on the directrix. This is the point of intersection of the tangent drawn at A of t with the directrix. So we are constructing another circle on AP as diameter. We are constructing another circle on AP as diameter. That is like this. This is the another circle on AP as diameter. You just observe, my dear students, what is the common chord of these two circles? This is the one circle, this is the another circle. What is the common chord? This is the common chord. So one of the point of intersection is A of t and clearly other point is P. And moreover, this is nothing but tangent at A of t or not. So the required common chord is tangent at A of t to the parabola. So your answer is what? This is the common chord which is tangent at A of t. So in this problem, we have to identify the one and only thing is the tangents drawn at extremities of focal chord intersect on directrix with angle 90 degrees. If you construct a circle on AB as diameter, that must and should be passing through this point of intersection of the tangents drawn at their extremities of the focal chord. That is why we obtain the circle on AP as diameter must and should be passing through this point. Okay, this is the portion of tangent intersected by the directrix. Am I correct or not? This is the tangent at A of t. It intersects the directrix at that point P. We are constructing the circle on AP as diameter. Also, this circle passing through focus also at the same time, because the portion of tangent intersected by the directrix always subtend 90 degrees at the focus. That means if you join like this, here the angle is also 90 degrees. So your circle passing through must and should be passing through this point. Actually it is a rough diagram to you. On the circle AP as diameter, this is the circle AB as diameter. We are not constructing the circle on AP as diameter. We are not constructing the circle on this one. So we are constructing the circle on AP as diameter, that must and should be passing through what? Focus of the parabola. This is my focus. This is the circle on AB as diameter. So both the circles intersect at P and A. Now AP is nothing but what? Tangent at A. AP is nothing but tangent at A. So your final answer is what? My dears, tangent at A of t to the parabola. So 290 degrees are obtained here. One is AB subtend 90 degrees on the point at directrix, and also AP subtend 90 degrees at focus. These are the two circles. Their common chord is what? AP, where AP is nothing but the tangent at A to the parabola. Okay. Next one, the set of points on the axis of the parabola. We have to find out the set of all points on the axis of parabola. Y square is equal to 4x plus 8, from which 3 normals to the parabola are real and distinct. So you have to find out the set of all points on the axis of the parabola. From that points, you have to draw 3 real and distinct normals to this parabola. So what is the equation of parabola here? Y square is equal to 4 times of x plus 2. So can you write the equation of axis of this parabola or not? So this expression you have to make 0. X plus 2 equal to 0 is your axis of the parabola. For y square equal to 4ax, x equal to 0 is axis of parabola. y square is equal to 4 times of x plus 2. So what is the vertex of the parabola, my dears? Minus 2 comma 0. So this may be minus 2 comma 0, and your axis parallel to the axis along x-axis, because y equal to 0 is axis of the parabola. This is y square equal to 4x. This is x plus 2 is tangent at vertex. Sorry, this is not axis. It is the equation of tangent at vertex of the parabola. Axis of the parabola is y is equals to 0. That is x-axis. This is the line x plus 2 equal to 0. So for y square is equal to 4x, 3 normals are drawn from that point to the parabola, x1 greater than 2a. So instead of x1 you have to write x1 plus 2 greater than 2a. Instead of x, what you have? X plus 2. X plus 2 equal to 0 is tangent at vertex, y equal to 0 is axis of the parabola. So if you take any point on the axis of the parabola, then that x coordinate, that is y coordinate is already 0, your x coordinate must and should be greater than 2a. So x coordinate is what? X plus 2 here. Instead of x you have to take x plus 2. x1 greater than 2a is your condition. That is x1 plus 2 greater than 2 times of a. 2 times of a is here 1. So x1 plus 2 greater than 2. So x1 greater than 0. Therefore, the set of all points on the axis is the set of all x comma y such that x1 greater than 0 or x greater than 0. If you take it as x1 by 1, that is x1 greater than 0. If you take that point as x comma y, the set of all points x comma y such that x greater than 0. Because y square equal to 4ax, you consider y square equal to 4ax. If you take any point on the axis of the parabola, 3 real and distinct normals are drawn when x greater than 2a. So x for x greater than 2a. Instead of this x, we have x plus 2 here. So we write x plus 2 greater than 2 times of 1. x1 plus 2 greater than 2. 2 gets cancelled, x1 greater than 0. So we consider all the points x comma y such that x greater than 0. Then only we have 3 real and distinct normals for x greater than 0. This is 0, 0. From this point itself, you take any point which is right side of the x-axis, you can draw 3 real and distinct normals. If you take any point here, you can draw 3 real and distinct normals. One of the normal is axis of the parabola, because the tangent at vertex already exists here. One of the normal is always axis of the parabola. If you take any point on the axis of the parabola which is x1 greater than 2a, one of the real normal must and should be axis. The other normals may be in this manner. So if you draw the tangents at these points of intersection, the angle between them is 90 degrees. This is the thing. Instead of x, we have x1 plus 2. Y equal to 0 is axis of this parabola. X plus 2 equal to 0 is tangent at vertex. This is the tangent at vertex of the parabola. This is x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. Next one. Tangent and normal drawn to the parabola y square is equal to 4ax at the point 80 square comma 280 meet the axis at the points t and n respectively. If s is focus of the parabola, then what is the result? Already we discussed the concept in one of the problem related to the normals in the previous class. So already we discussed the concept, even though we will do once again. Tangent and normal to the parabola y square equal to 4ax at the point 80 square comma 280 meet the axis at the points t and n. We mean these are the coordinate axis. This is the parabola. You take some point p 80 square comma 280 on the parabola. This is the tangent and this is the normal at p to the parabola. Meets the axis at t and n and S is your focus. We can easily prove that SP is equals to ST is equals to SN. That is the condition. So SP is equals to ST is equals to SN. Already we proved. This is the condition. They are asking in this problem. It is very easy for you. What are the coordinates of P? P 80 square comma 280. S is what? 0 comma 0. Already you know that the focal distance SP is equal to A into 1 plus T square. Why? Focal distance is x1 plus A. What is x1 here? 80 square. 80 square plus A. That is A into 1 plus T square, SP. Next, what is the equation of tangent at T? Yt is equal to x plus 80 square. What is the equation of x-axis? Y equal to 0. Put y equal to 0 here itself, we get x is equal to minus 80 square. The coordinates of T are minus 80 square comma 0. What is the equation of normal at T? Tx plus y is equals to 80 cube plus 280. Again put y equal to 0 here itself, x is equal to 80 square plus 2a. So the coordinates of n are 80 square plus 2a comma 0. So coordinates of focus are a comma 0. This is a comma 0, S a comma 0. What is the distance from here to here? 80 square plus a. So the distance from here to here is 80 square plus a. Again the distance from here to here is also a plus 80 square. That is nothing but 80 square plus a into 1 plus t square. So very important result for you. SP is equal to ST is equals to SN. Understand? If you draw a circle on Tn as diameter, that circle must and should be passing through P, because angle in semicircle is 90 degrees. At that time focus is center of the circle. Okay. If you draw a circle like that, your focus S is the center of the circle. Understand? So finally what we obtained? SP is equal to ST is equals to SN. This is the question. Normals AO, AA1, AA2 are drawn to the parabola y square is equal to 8x from the point AH comma 0. So three real and distinct normals are drawn from the point on the axis of the parabola y square is equal to 8x. If the triangle OA1 A2 is equilateral, so your triangle is an equilateral triangle, then the possible value of H is what? This is the question. So what is the question here? Three normals are drawn from a point on the axis of the parabola. They intersect the parabola at what? OA1 A2. Those 3 points forms an equilateral triangle. Then the possible value of H is what they are asking. For that we are drawing a rough diagram to this one. This is the parabola. This is axis of the parabola. Okay. And consider some point AH comma 0. This is H comma 0. H must and should be greater than 2a. Then only we can draw 3 real and distinct normals to the parabola through that point. So one of the normal is axis clearly, because the tangent at vertex is here. So we draw another 2 normals like that. This is the tangent. Angle must and should be 90 degrees. If you draw tangent at this point of intersection, here the angle is also 90 degrees. Understand? This is the diagram. This is the point H comma 0. Intersects the 3 normals by this parabola at O, and another point is A1, A2. This is my point A. Now OA2, A1 forms an equilateral triangle. So I am joining OA and OA2 and A1, A2. This is the triangle, equilateral triangle. We mean the angle between them is 60, 60, 60 degrees. Understand? This is the equilateral triangle. Now we have to find out the possible value of H. Possible value of H you have to find out. How to find out this one? This is an equilateral triangle. Immediately the angle is 90 degrees. Am I correct or not? This is 60 degrees. This is 30 degrees. Automatically this is 90 degrees. When it is 90 degrees, so this is the line perpendicular to the x-axis. The line parallel to y-axis. If it is x comma y, automatically this is x comma minus y. So once if you get the coordinates of A, immediately you can write the coordinates of A2. Once if you get the coordinates of A1, you can write easily the coordinates of A2. Now your intention is find the coordinates of A1. How to get the coordinates of A1? Suppose A1 is equals to AT square comma 2AT. What is your A? 4A is equals to 8. A is equals to 2. 2T square. AT square comma 2AT. 40. So A1 is like that. Now what is the slope of OA1? Slope of OA1 is equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That is 4t by 2t square. So it cancels out 2 times. Tt gets cancelled, that is 2 by t. What is that? 2 by t. But it is equivalent to tan 30 degrees. Am I correct or not? This is the line makes angle 30 degrees with the positive direction of x-axis. So 2 by t is equals to tan 30. What is tan 30? 1 by root 3. Implies t is equals to 2 root 3. So we have the value of t is equals to 2 root 3. Then automatically the coordinates of A2, if it is AT square comma 2AT, it is AT square comma minus 2AT. So this is AT square comma 2AT. Automatically it is what? AT square comma minus 2AT. For that here t dash is minus 2 root 3. So T1 is equals to, if your point is AT1 square comma 2AT1, your T1 is 2 root 3. If it is AT2 square comma 2AT2, your T2 is minus 2 root 3. Minus 2 root 3. Here T3 is what? 0. 83 square comma 283 say the coordinates of O are 0, 0. So your T3 is 0. T1, T2, T3. What are T1, T2, T3s? The corresponding feet of the normals drawn from A to the parabola. Am I correct or not? 81 square comma 281, 82 square comma 282, 83 square comma 283 are the 3 feet of normals drawn from your point h comma 0 to the parabola. All of you know that what is T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1? T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1. In previous class we discussed the values S1, S2, S3. Sum of the roots, sum of the product of roots taken to at a time, product of the roots from the cubic equation of the normal itself. T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1 is equals to 2a minus x1. Here x1 is h. 2a minus x1 by a. This is the formula. Sum of the roots T1 plus T2 plus T3 is 0. Product of the roots y1 by a. Sum of the product of the roots taken to at a time is 2a minus x1 by a. Here, my dears, T3 is 0. These two terms becomes 0. Now T1, T2. One value is what? 2 root 3. Other value is minus 2 root 3. 2 2s are 4. 4 3s are 12. Minus 12 itself. Minus 12 is equals to 2 times of, what is your a? 2. Minus h. So, from that, by a also is there. 2 2s are 4 minus h by a. What is a? 2. This is minus 24. Minus 24 is equal to 4 minus h. So your corresponding h value is 28. The possible value of h is what, my dears? 28. This is the question. So to solve this question, you have to awareness on finding the slope of OA1 first of all. From that you can calculate easily T1 and T2. Clearly the T3 value is 0 itself. Again we have to remember this formula also. What is the formula? T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1 is equals to 2a minus x1 by a here. Instead of x1 you have to write h because your point is h comma 0 on the axis of the parabola. 3 real and distinct normals are possible only for x1 greater than 2a. Your h is what? 28. What is our 2a value? A is 2, 2 2s are 4. Clearly your h value is 28, that is more than your 4. 2a is what? 4. H is what? 28. 28 is more than 4. So clearly 3 real and distinct normals are drawn from that point. The possible value of h is, my dears, 28 here itself from the condition. So the 3 feet of the normals forms what? Here, equilateral triangle. For that, the slope of AO becomes 30 degrees. By symmetry itself, if it is 30 degrees, automatically it is 30 degrees, total 60 degrees. And this is the line parallel to y-axis. Okay. Next one, this is also very nice question to you. If the normals to the parabola y square is equal to 4ax, at 3 points P, Q, R meet at A. So A is the point in the plane of parabola. We can draw the 3 normals drawn from that point A to the parabola. They meet the parabola at PQR. That is the meaning up to here. And S is the focus of the parabola. Then we have to find out the value of SP into SQ into SR. SP into SQ into SR. So normal to the parabola y square is equal to 4ax at 3 points PQR meet at A. So these are the coordinate axis. Y square equal to 4ax is the parabola. Now consider any point in the plane of parabola. This is my point P. 3 normals are drawn from that point. This is A, say, because 3 normals meet at the point A. They are given to you. This is a rough diagram to you. These are the 3 normals drawn from the point A. These are the points of intersections of the normals with parabola. That means these are the 3 feet of the normals. This is one of the feet, second feet and third feet. That means if you draw tangents at these points, they make 90 degrees. That is the sense. Now we have to find out SP, SQ, SR. What is S? S is the focus of the parabola. SP, SQ, SR. This is SP. This is my another distance SQ. This is SR. These 3 are focal distances, are clearly these 3 are focal distances. Suppose your point is say x1 comma y1. And the coordinates of P are 81 square comma 281, Q are 82 square comma 282, R are 83 square comma 283. Right? This is the situation. Now these are the 3 focal distances. SP, SQ, SR. What is SP, my dears? A into 1 plus T1 square. What is SQ? A into 1 plus T2 square. What is SR? A into 1 plus T3 square. Focal distances. Now product these 3 values. SP into SQ into SR. SP into SQ into SR is equals to A cube times of 1 plus T1 square into 1 plus T2 square into 1 plus T3 square. We have to simplify this one and make in terms of x1, y1. A cube times of 1 into 1 into 1, 1 plus T1 square plus T2 square plus T3 square plus T1 T2 square plus T2 T3 square plus T3 T1 square plus T1 square T2 square T3 square. Just you multiply each and every we obtain in this manner. So all of you know that equation of any normal to the parabola is what, my dears? Tx plus y is equals to at cube plus 2at. If it is passing through my point x1 comma y1, the cubic equation produce our 3 feet of the normals. So substitute x1 comma y1, we get the cubic equation like that. at cube plus 2a minus x1 into t minus y1 is equals to 0. Minus y1 is equals to 0. From this equation, what is sum of slopes? T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equals to 0. Sum of the product of the roots is what? T1 T2, T2 T3 plus T3 T1 is equals to 2a minus x1 by a. This is the 2a minus x1 by a. Product of the roots is y1 by a. T1, T2, T3 is equals to y1 by a. These are the three values, and we convert this T1, T2, T3s in terms of x1, y1 by using these three conditions. How to obtain that one? A cube times of 1 plus, this is nothing but T1 plus T2 plus T3 whole square minus 2 times of T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1. T3 T1. Again, this can be also written as T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1 whole square minus 2 times of T1 T2 into T2 T3 plus T2 T3 into T3 T1 plus T3 T1 into T1 T2. That means minus 2 times of T1 T2 T3 times of T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T1 T2 T3 whole square. That's all. So all of you know that sum of the roots T1 plus T2 plus T3 is 0. So this becomes 0. Again, this term is also becomes 0 because T1 plus T2 plus T3 is 0, and we have to simplify this one itself. So I write this portion also. Now we write the value that is equals to a cube times of 1 plus minus 2 times of T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1. T3 T1. What is that? Minus 2 times of 2a minus x1 by a. 2a minus x1 by a. Again you have to write plus T1 T2 plus T2 T3 plus T3 T1. That is nothing but 2a minus x1 by a whole square. This is 0. And we have T1 plus T2 plus T3 as y1 by a whole square is there. That's all. My dear students, listen carefully. This is a cube times of, this is of the form a square minus 2ab plus b square. You can write into 1. A square minus 2ab plus b square. That is nothing but a minus b whole square. So you can write this one as 2a minus x1 by a minus 1 whole square plus y1 by a whole square. And a correct. This is nothing but a cube times of 2a minus x1 minus a. This is nothing but a minus x1 whole square plus y1 square by a square itself. A square cancel out a times. This is a times of x1 minus a whole square plus y1 square. This is your required distance. But my dear students, observe that this is x1 y1. These are the coordinates of s, that is a comma 0. What is the distance from s to a? Root of x1 minus a whole square plus y1 minus 0 whole square. What is its square? x1 minus a square plus y1 square. So this can be written as a times of as square. This is the result. So therefore SP into SQ into SR becomes what? A times of AS square. What is A? This is your given point. X1 comma Y1 we are taking. So we have taken x1 y1, but they are not given x1 y1. So your result must and should be given in given terms itself. You have to given the required result must and should be in terms of p, q, a, or s, like that. So you don't know about x1 comma y1, but the distance is what here itself. SA is nothing but root of x1 minus a whole square plus y1 square. So you have to write in this manner. So that is equal to a times of as whole square. This is a is already here. As is also there. S is focus. A is the point. Therefore, a into as square. This is the correct expression what they are asking. Sp into Sq into Sr is equal to small a times of as square, where as is the distance from given point A to focus of the parabola. So to crack this one, we have to know these three values and also simply multiply the three factors and convert them into x1, y1 and then into in terms of as. Understand? Here it is of the form a minus b whole square. Here t1 plus t2 plus t3 is 0, and instead of t1 t2 plus t2 t3 plus t3 t1, we have to write 2a minus x1 by a. Okay. Next question. From a point that is sin theta comma cos theta, if three normals are drawn to the parabola y square is equal to 4ax, then the value of a is what? So from this point, sin theta comma cos theta is general point in the plane of parabola. Y square is equal to 4ax. From that point you have to draw three normals, then the range of theta, then the value of theta is what they are asking. This is a. So exactly we get the range for a. Understand? From the situation of the problem itself, we have to find out the value of a means we have to find the range of a. So your point is what? X1 comma y1 is what here? Sin theta comma cos theta. Three real and distinct normals are drawn from the point to the parabola. The first condition is what? From the first condition itself we can crack this one. X1 greater than 2 times of a. So what is your x1? Sin theta greater than 2 times of a, 2a. So sin theta by 2 is greater than a. Sin theta by 2 is greater than a. Can you write the range of a or not? You have to write the range of a because you know the range of sin theta. Minus 1 less than or equal to sin theta less than or equal to 1. From that, your value must and should be more than sin theta by 2. A value must and should be more than sin theta by 2. So divided by 2 on both sides, we get like that. Minus 1 by 2 less than or equal to sin theta by 2 less than or equal to that one. Your a value must and should be more than a. Sin theta by 2 should be greater than a. That means your a less than sin theta by 2. Okay, x1 greater than 2a. From this condition itself we can write the range of a. Sin theta by 2 is less than or equal to a. Sin theta by 2 is less than or equal to 1 by 2. Your a is like this. A less than sin theta by 2 less than 1 by 2. Therefore, your a value less than 1 by 2. In the same manner, minus 1 by 2 less than sin theta by 2. Sin theta by 2. This is your a value less than sin theta by 2. From that, you can write the range of a. So, what is the condition? X1 greater than 2a itself, we obtain the range, but theta never 0. If your theta is 0, the point is what? 0 comma something. So, sin 0, 0, cos 0, 1. Your point is 0 comma 1 itself, we obtain. From that, we can draw only one normal to that one. Okay. This is the question. If the normal to the parabola y square is equal to 4ax at P meets the curve again at Q, if PQ and normal at Q, if PQ and the normal at Q makes angles alpha and beta respectively with the x-axis, then you have to find out the value of tan alpha into tan alpha plus tan beta has the value is what they are asking. Read once again. If the normal to the parabola y square is equal to 4ax at P meets the curve again at Q, meets the curve again at Q, and if PQ and the normal at Q, this is 2 times up here, if PQ and the normal at Q makes angles alpha and beta respectively with x-axis, then you have to find out tan alpha into tan alpha plus tan beta is what they are asking. So this is the parabola y square is equals to 4ax. This is my point P. You can draw the tangent at this point and we can draw the normal at P to the parabola. This is the normal at P to the parabola. This is my point Q. Intersect again at the point Q. Okay, PQ is normal chord. Normal at Q makes an angle alpha, makes an angle beta from that here itself. Again meet at Q. If PQ and normal at Q makes angles alpha and beta with axis. So PQ makes an angle alpha with the axis and they are drawing normal at Q also. If you draw tangent at this point and we draw normal at Q to the parabola. This is the normal. That normal makes an angle beta with the axis of the parabola. Now we have to find out the value of tan alpha into tan alpha plus tan beta. That is the thing here. So, can you find the slope of PQ or not? This is nothing but normal at P. What is the equation of normal at P? Normal at P, P of T, say. Suppose the coordinates of P are 80 square comma 280. The equation of normal at T is Tx plus y is equals to 80 cube plus 280. The equation of normal at T is Tx plus y equal to 80 cube plus 280. Its normal slope is what? Minus T. Therefore, tan alpha is equals to minus T. This is one thing. Again we have to find out tan beta. My dears, normal at T intersects the parabola at Q of T dash. Then, can you write the equation of normal at T dash or not? Yes. Equation of normal at T dash is T dash x plus y is equal to 80 dash cube plus 280 dash. What is its slope again now, my dears? Its slope is minus T dash. Its slope is minus T dash. But can you write the value of T dash in terms of T or not? Yes. That is nothing but minus of minus 2 by T. Minus T minus 2 by T. We have the relation between T dash and T. T dash is equal to minus T minus 2 by T. So, minus T dash is equals to T plus 2 by T. We have, this is T plus 2 by T. What is your minus T dash? Minus T dash is nothing but tan beta because your normal makes an angle beta. That is why minus T dash equal 2 plus 2 by T is equals to tan beta. So, what is your tan alpha? Minus T. What is your tan beta? T plus 2 by T. So, consider tan alpha plus tan alpha into tan alpha plus tan beta. What is your tan alpha? Minus T times of tan alpha minus T plus tan beta. What is your tan beta? T plus 2 by T. So T minus T gets cancelled. T again also cancel. We have tan minus 2. So this is very simple for you. But you have to imagine that one. You write the normal at P of t. Again you have to write the normal at Q of t dash. Its slope is minus t. Its slope is minus t dash. Minus t dash we mean what? Minus t dash is nothing but minus of minus t minus 2 by t. That is t plus 2 by t. Finally your sum is minus 2. Okay. See here, this is the another question. The tangent and a normal drawn to the parabola at a 80 square comma 280 t not equals to 0 meets the x-axis at points B and D. Tangent is drawn and also normal is drawn to the parabola at this point 80 square comma 280 t level 0 meets x-axis at the points B and D respectively. If the rectangle ABCD is completed, then the locus of C is what? It is also a very simple question to you, but you have to draw the figure. These are the coordinate axis. This is my parabola y square equal to 4ax. You take some point A on the parabola. This is my point A, 80 square comma 280. You have to draw the tangent and normal at A to the parabola. This is the tangent at A to the parabola. This is the normal at the same point A to the parabola. Intersect at what? Meets x-axis at B and D. So tangent meets x-axis at B, normal meets x-axis at D. And what they are preparing? They prepare a rectangle ABCD. So you draw a line which is parallel to AD like that, and you draw a line drawn through D parallel to AB like that. So we can form a rectangle ABCD. This is A, B, automatically this becomes C, this is D. We have to find out the locus of C. This is C, we have to find out the locus of this point. Because the point A is moving on the parabola, so for different points of A, we get the different tangent and normals. Therefore, we get the different BD values. From that, you can get different rectangles. So, C is varying. We have to find out the locus of C in this problem. Understand? So, what are the coordinates of A? 80 square comma 280. Can you write the coordinates of B and D immediately or not? Yes, we have done so many times. B and D coordinates. So, what is the equation of tangent at t? Yt is equals to x plus 80 square. Solve with x-axis, put y equal to 0. Put y equal to 0, we get minus 80 square comma 0. This is the coordinates of B. What are the coordinates of B? What is normal at t? Tx plus y is equals to 80 cube plus 280. Again put y is equal to 0, we get 80 square plus 2a. The coordinates of D are 80 square plus 2a comma 0. The coordinates of A are what? 80 square comma 280. Suppose the coordinates of C are x1 comma y1. We have to find out the locus of C. So, we know that by joining BD and AC, these are the diagonals to this rectangle. Always diagonals bisect each other. With the help of the concept, we can write the locus. So, equate their midpoints first of all, because the property of the bisecting. Midpoint of AC is equals to midpoint of AC is equals to midpoint of BD. Implies what we obtain, what are the x coordinates of the midpoint? Minus 80 square plus 80 square gets cancelled plus 2a. So its sum is 2a by 2 gives a. A comma 0 plus 0 by 2, that is 0. A comma 0. Already we discussed it. S is midpoint of that one, because angle in semicircle is 90 degrees. Its midpoint is a comma 0. That is equivalent to what? x1 plus 80 square by 2 comma y1 plus 280 by 2. This is the midpoint. So from this equation itself, by equating these two, we obtain two equations in terms of t. By eliminating t itself, we obtain the required locus. So 2a is what? x1 plus 80 square. And again we have y1 is equals to minus 280. y1 plus 280 is 0. So t is equals to what? Minus y1 by 2a. Substitute the value of t here itself, we get the required locus. 2a is equal to x1 plus a times of t square, y1 square by 4a square. A gets cancelled. 2a is equal to x1 plus y1 square by 4a. So 8a square is equals to, we have 8a square is equals to 4a x1 plus y1 square. Therefore, the locus is what? Y square is equal to minus 4ax plus 8a square, or y square is equal to minus 4a into x minus 2a. This is again another parabola. So the locus of the fourth vertex C, x1 comma y1 to this rectangle is y square equal to minus 4a times of x minus 2a. By equating the midpoints of the diagonals itself, we obtain the locus. So write the BD coordinates first of all and use the midpoint concept. You can easily crack this one. By eliminating t itself from these two equations itself, we obtain the required locus. Understand? This is the another question. P comma Q and R are the feet of normals drawn to the parabola y minus 3 whole square is equal to 8 into x minus 2. What are P, Q, R? 3 feet of the normals drawn to the parabola. A circle cuts the above parabola at points P, Q, R and S. Then the circle always passing through the point what? Then the circle always passing through the point what? That is the question. Here P comma Q comma R are the 3 feet of normals drawn to the parabola y minus 3 whole square is equal to 8 into x minus 2. Your parabola is y minus 3 whole square is equal to 8 times of x minus 2. What is the vertex of the parabola here? 2 comma 3. Right? Listen carefully. This is my parabola. P is any point, say PQR are the 3 feet of the normals to the parabola. A circle cuts the above parabola at points P, Q, R and another point S. Then the circle always passing through what? That is the question. Suppose some point is there. 3 normals are drawn from that point to the parabola. Their feet are given to you P, Q, R. Some circle passing through P, Q, R and another point S. That circle must and should be passing through one fixed point. What is that fixed point they are asking? So what are PQRs? 3 feet of the normals drawn to the parabola. Suppose your point is say x1 comma y1. So from that you have 3 conditions. Suppose your parabola is y square is equal to 4ax, say for my sake of convenience. Y square equal to 4ax. First of all, we derive for the y square equal to 4x, automatically we can extend to that one. Understand? Listen carefully. The equation of any normal to this parabola is what? Tx plus y is equals to 80 cube plus 280. If it is passing through my point x1, y1, it produces the 3 feet of the normals. 80 cube plus 2a minus x1 into t minus y1 is equals to 0. So sum of the slopes t1 plus t2 plus t3 is always 0. t1 t2 plus t2 t3 plus t3 t1 is equal to 2a minus x1 by a. Product of the slopes t1 t2 t3 is equals to y1 by a. All of you know the three conditions. Now, one circle passing through PQR and another point S also. That must and should be passing through what? That is the question. Suppose the circle equation is, say, S is equal to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This is the circle, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. It is passing through 3 feet, so I substitute the general feet, that is 80 square comma 280 here itself. What we get? 80 square whole square plus 280 whole square also is there, plus 2g times of 80 square plus 2f times of 280 plus c equal to 0. Observe, my dear students, it is 4th degree equationality. How many roots have it? 4 roots. These 4 roots are, out of these 4 roots, 3 roots are the T1, T2, T3. Am I correct or not? These 3 are the points of intersections of circle and parabola. They are given to you. So, it has 4 roots. Out of these 4 roots, 3 of them are T1, T2, T3. So, the 4th root is, say, T4. T1, T2, T3, T4 are the 4 roots. Sum of the roots is 0 because T power 4 is there, T square is there. Cubed term, T cube is missing here. Therefore, it's the sum of the roots. T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 is 0, my dears. Already you have T1 plus T2 plus T3 is what? 0. So, keep T1 plus T2 plus T3 is 0 here. We obtain T4 is equals to 0. This is the highlight step to this problem. T4 equal to 0 means what? 80 power 4 square, 84 square comma 284 is 0 comma 0. That is, what is 0, 0? Vertex of your parabola y square equal to 4ax. That means the circle passing through 3 feet of the normals, immediately that passing through vertex of the parabola. That means your circle may be in this manner. So, the circle passing through 3 feet of the normals, compulsory passing through what? Vertex of the parabola. Compulsory passing through your vertex of the parabola. Also, your circle passing through another point S, whatever it may be, your circle passing through your fixed point, that is vertex of the parabola. So finally, what you conclude? Any circle passing through 3 feet of the normals to the parabola, compulsory passing through what? Vertex of your parabola. So for this parabola, y minus 3 whole square is equal to 8 into x minus 2. What is your vertex of the parabola? Vertex A is equals to 2 comma 3. Your fixed point is 2 comma 3. Passing through the fixed point 2 comma 3. This is final answer. So once if you know this derivation, you can write this answer within second. Because the circle passing through that fixed point is vertex of the parabola, that is 2 comma 3 is your vertex. Okay. See this one. The shortest distance between the parabolas, 2y square is equal to 2x minus 1 and 2x square is equals to 2y minus 1. Shortest distance between the two curves. These are two parabolas. 2y square is equals to 2 times of 2x minus 1. 2x square equal to 2y minus 1. So what is your first parabola? Y square is equal to x minus 1 by 2. And second parabola is x square is equal to y minus 1 by 2. These are the two parabolas. Y square is equal to x minus 1 by 2. X square is equals to y minus 1 by 2. What is the vertex of the parabola here? 1 by 2 comma 0. For this 0 comma 1 by 2. This is the vertex of the another parabola. My dear students, these two curves are symmetric about y equal to x or not. Replace y by x and x by y, we obtain one curve to another curve. So if you draw the figure, these are the coordinate axes. This is the parabola whose axis along x-axis with vertex at 1 by 2 comma 0. This is your 1 by 2 comma 0. Your parabola is like that. Next one, and 0 comma 1 by 2 is the vertex of the second parabola. This is the second parabola. We have to find out the shortest distance between these two parabolas. Clearly these two curves are symmetric about my line y equal to x. This is the line y is equal to x. So the shortest distance is exists if you draw the tangents to the two curves at some points. If these two tangents are parallel, then the distance between the two parallel lines should be the shortest distance between these two curves. If you draw the tangents to the two curves, if they are parallel to each other, then the distance between the two tangents is nothing but the shortest distance between the two curves. So what is the line here? Y is equal to x is common tangent. Therefore, y equal to x is the symmetric line. These are the two tangents. Now these three are parallel. We have to make their slopes to equal. So differentiate the first curve. Y square is equal to x minus 1 by 2. We get 2y y dash is equal to 1. So y dash is equal to 1 by 2y. Make it as 1 because slopes are equal. Therefore y is equals to what? 1 by 2. When y is equals to 1 by 2, substitute on the curve itself. 1 by 4 is equal to x minus 1 by 2. Therefore, x is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. That is what? 3 by 4. So, 3 by 4 comma 1 by 2. 3 by 4 comma 1 by 2 is the point of contact of the parabola. Y square is equal to x minus 1 by 2 to this tangent. That is 3 by 4 comma 1 by 2. So this is the line y equal to x. Can you find this perpendicular distance or not? You can find the perpendicular distance and make double. You get the shortest distance between these two curves. Understand? So suppose the perpendicular distance is d, say d is equals to modulus of x minus y, that is 3 by 4 minus 1 by 2 by root of a square plus b square, 1 plus 1, that is 2. So this is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 by root 2, that is 1 by 4 root 2. So 2d is what now? 2d is equals to 1 by 2 root 2. 2d is nothing but the total distance. This is 2d. This is the shortest distance between these two curves. So if you draw the tangents to the two curves, if they are parallel, the parallel distance itself the shortest distance between the two curves. So what is the shortest distance here? 1 by 2 root 2. These two curves are symmetric about the line y equal to x. That is the first thing you have to observe. Or you can consider as a common normal. This is the common normal to both parabolas. In that method also you can find the shortest distance between the two curves. So two tangents are parallel. The shortest distance is nothing but the distance between these two parallel lines. These are tangents drawn to each of these two curves. So what is the shortest distance here? 2d is equals to 1 by 2 root 2. This is the distance. Okay, thank you.